Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 37 of the next generation of superstars. Very fortunate and grateful to have Cameron McClure, who is the founder and CEO of CONXTS, an NIL marketplace helping athletes get connected to more brands. Welcome to the show, man.
Hey, thanks. How you doing?
Good, good. Happy you're here. Give our audience a little bit of a background of just kind of what your story is and how you really found your passion for just sports in general.
Yeah, definitely. Just growing up, was always a sports kid. Played literally every sport you can think of. Um, Basketball, baseball, and football being the major three, but played soccer and everything, tennis, golf, and just really fell in love with it. Came from a family of athletes, part of 9 grandchildren who everyone played every sport. Growing up, we got competitive on literally everything from playing football on the concrete to little wiffle ball in confined areas. That's really what started my passion for sports, and then, going through high school and college. Um, but, the story of Connects is when, NIL and stuff came out, a couple years ago, you saw a lot of these kids getting deals who are these, 1% athletes, these Bryce Youngs, Trevor Lawrences, um, and not a lot of like walk-ons or, other sports, maybe men's or women's volleyball or diving, really getting these deals. Uh, and so we kind of saw this niche of, hey, there's a market for kids who aren't getting these deals, and there's a market of small businesses and companies who don't have the reach to get a Bryce Young or a Trevor Lawrence. Uh, there's a good way to kind of match them up. So that's how, over a year ago, we started building Connects. We released about a month ago. We've just been building it ever since.
I love it. I love it. I think that's just really aligns to what we're doing at Burst, right? Is to level that playing field. There's so many student athletes out there, and as well as just like you said, small businesses, right? They don't have enough to go get the Bryce Youngs of the world, but they still want to work with athletes, right? They want to form that relationship. They want to have that athlete represent what their business does, and you creating that marketplace that is that equal playing field is incredible, right? So what can you talk a little bit more about, just the mission that you've created with Connects in helping just student athletes that, could be a walk on or don't have a big brand online, and how you've been able to really help those athletes, really build that presence that they deserve.
Yeah, so it's all about creating like a pretty seamless, ease of use platform. A lot of times when guys are trying to get deals, there's either a lot of back and forth, or you got to send like a proposal, which can, be kind of tough. It's tough for me to be like, hey, I'm a wide receiver at University of Nevada. I think I could provide you a bunch of value by posting about your brand. Like that's kind of generic, and then it's tough for these kids to write like a cover letter and a resume basically for each company they want to match with. So
Right.
you know, we took the route of, hey, let's have these companies and these athletes kind of swipe on each other like it's a dating app, right? So we're going to find, hey, I'm interested in you, you're interested in me. There's some sort of energy between us. Once it gets to the chat, it's just easy, right? It's not sending a proposal, it's not sending a resume cover letter. It's just throwing in a chat. It's like an Instagram DM. Hey, this is what we do, or hey, I'm a Nevada athlete. You send the money through the app if need be. You can send it off, doesn't matter as long as it gets reported to compliance.
Yeah.
Um, but just creating that seamless way, right? Because what it is all about is getting these guys and girls paid. Because, like I said, you look at these charts of, hey, here's, Power Five money, here's a group of five money, here's D1 AA money, here's D2 money, D3 money. And it's pretty crazy how, like, Power Five, it's up here, and then D1 AA is here, group of fives right here, and D2 D3 it's literally like maybe 1%. Uh, but there's these kids who can provide value to these mom and pop businesses who maybe I'm a sandwich shop in Sacramento. If I had the left tackle from the Sac State Hornets come out, sign a couple autographs, probably sell 2 to 3 times more sandwiches that day. But they don't really
Right.
know how to. They're not gonna go on their Instagram account and DM the left tackle from Sac State. This is some way to kind of bridge that connection for them.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know that you just launched it about a little over a month ago. How has been the just the feedback, so far from, the couple hundred athletes that are on there right now that are actually utilizing the whole platform, connecting with brands? What have you heard so far that gives you encouragement to that you're on the right track and what you're building?
Yeah, definitely. A couple of the feedbacks, especially the ones I love, is hey, I've never matched with a company like this. I've never matched with like a little like mom and pop sandwich shop. You know what I mean? Usually you're seeing a lot of larger tech companies who aren't really knowing what's due, or like large alcohol companies. Those are kind of the ones that have done most brand deals, stuff like that. Gambling
Right.
companies. So it's like, hey, this is different. This is pretty cool. Like I'm supporting my small community basically, because we kind of attacked certain areas of map to start out when we launched. And they're also kind of like, something I love hearing is it's fun, right? It's not sending a proposal. It's not sending over 3 paragraphs of how I can help your company. It's not like, hey, here's a nice LinkedIn DM. You know what I mean? It's, hey, this is fun. This is fun. We're matching. We're seeing if there's something there. They like me. We like them. Uh, just
Right.
stuff like that. We're slowly building it. Up to about 200 athletes, a little over 60 companies now. So it's a slow burn. We've been out for about a month, but just going to continue to build on it.
Yeah, absolutely. And then kind of going to the other side, of the process, how has been the feedback, from all these, you said 60 companies? What's the feedback from them? And I know, a lot of them are small businesses, so it really gives them, a wide pool of athletes that maybe they didn't have access to, before, seeing CONXTS and the platform that you've been building.
Yeah, it's definitely cool because they're getting the guys who are in their town. Um, so we've got
Right.
guys who maybe it's like your local like small pawn shop in Reno, Nevada, whatever it is, and you're getting someone to throw up an Instagram story. Uh, ice cream shop, sandwich shop in Sacramento. A lot of these mom and pops, um, they like it. They were never, they've never been on the bigger platforms, the ones with 5-star athletes and all them, and they even if they were on there, it'd be tough for them to kind of get in, right? So they were, if they wanted to get involved, they were going collective game and just donating. But this gives them more value. So yeah, it's been fun because it's really bridging a gap between these two parties of smaller businesses who really need really could use a little boost in advertising and stuff and just don't really know how to do it. And then these
Yeah.
athletes who are great and have an Instagram and TikTok and Twitter audience, but haven't been able to land these deals as much because hey, they're not I'm not the starting receiver at Alabama. I'm the starting receiver
Right.
at someone else.
Yeah, no, definitely, and I think that's just you're spot on with it, right? It's so critical to create that type of atmosphere where it allows that individual athlete that they don't have to have that massive online presence, be the star player for them to still be successful in building their brand that can still benefit them even long after their playing days. I think a big question that I see come about in just the world of NIL right now is that so much attraction is to the revenue generating sports, right? Like basketball and football and all those big sports right now that are really getting that attraction. Have you seen, out of those couple hundred that are on the platform of CONXTS so far, more athletes that maybe are in like track and field or soccer or field hockey, swimming, different sports like that, of athletes coming to your guys' platform that aren't, in that category that people say are revenue generating sports?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, look, we definitely have a lot of football, basketball, baseball players on the app. But I'm pretty proud to say, yeah, we have some, kids who are in diving, we've got some tennis players, we've got, men's and women's volleyball, we've got soccer. I think we've got a couple field hockey actually. That's funny you said that. And some lacrosse. I mean, we're really trying to, this app's for everyone. It's one size fits
Right.
all. This isn't, hey, are you over, 75,000 followers? Oh, you're not? Oh, sorry, probably not going to work for you. Um, Are you a football player?
Right.
Yeah. Great. You can be on. No? Okay, you can't. We've got literally, I mean, if I pulled up the spreadsheet of different, sports, it's very colorful. It's like it's a rainbow. It's got everything.
Yeah, definitely, and I think that's what's so huge is that you're creating that platform that's for everybody and not just specific sports and I think that's what a lot of people are starting to realize is that if you're a student athlete and you're not in those top sports, you can still be able to monetize your brand efficiently. What's been that process for just your team right now in building that kind of marketplace, but specifically a mobile app, right? You want it to be, like you said, simplified, seamless, easy to use. How has been that process to create that product for the athletes and businesses?
Yeah, so we created a web and a mobile app, so we're able to be used on your computer, on Safari, on your iPhone or whatever, and we also have the app on the Google and Apple Store. Um, when we built it, you got to map it out, right? It takes a lot of road mapping, a lot of, Figma drawing, all that stuff. But we
Right.
came together on the scheme of, hey, let's just build this thing to where it's just a one-stop shop of, okay, I'm an athlete or I'm a company, you know, I'm a company, I'm going to post a campaign of or an ad of, hey, here's what we do, here's what we're looking for, or I'm just going to be in what we call the bank, where athletes can swipe, and then if I'm an athlete, I can filter by, state, industry, whatever. Um, I can like that. Once I like that, it goes to the match tab where if I'm a company, I said, yeah, this kid looks great. Let's approve him. Let's do a deal together. Go straight to a chat, move in there, just, hey, I'm, you know, Malcolm McClure, linebacker at Nevada, looking for, supporting local businesses, all that stuff. And then Reno company, I hit them back with something. Money could be sent through it. You've got a wallet. You can keep money in there, pull it, deposit it. And then something that I'm really proud of is we've got a deal posting tab, right? So if I'm a company and I can look at, okay, us check out this athlete. Let's see what kind of deals he's done on CONXTS. If you're looking at his profile, you can see all the deals that he's done. So they can post their deals. They can post, link to the Instagram. They can post a photo of what they did, and give a little more info so these companies can see, oh, that's pretty cool. He's done um, all these deals on, not only CONXTS but everywhere. So you can post whatever you want.
Yeah, no, it's incredible, and I think like you said before, really making it that simplified, easy to use process where any athlete, any business can just be on there, find an athlete or find a business that fits their brand or what their mission is, and have it align and really just chat back and forth and make that deal happen. It takes away all the nonsense and just complications that are happening right now in this world of NIL using technology. So I think that's really incredible. What you guys have done, and we're excited to be partnered with you guys at Burst to really help more of those student athletes that are looking for deals and maybe even their first deal right now. Cameron, talk a little bit about what is your thoughts on just the NIL industry, going forward. It's been only a couple of years now, but where do you kind of see the trajectory of the industry where it's going?
Yeah, I mean, and now it's a $1 billion industry. Like it's huge, right? If you encompass all the money that's in all these college sports, it's pretty crazy. And when you add in these collectives and all the money that's pumped into them by alumni and all these donors, it truly is $1 billion industry. Um, I think something about NIL that is great is how compliance really monitors it to make sure these kids are getting paid because uh, it can get a little sketchy, right? There's a lot out there that can be sketchy with
Right.
guys with a transfer portal and stuff. But as long as the compliance and everyone has a hold on it, and hey, this is what it is, and that's why I think marketplaces are such a great thing because they hold everyone accountable for the money being transferred. Um, that's the
Yeah.
great thing because you can be you know a guy who owns a company in Tuscaloosa, and you want someone to transfer from Notre Dame and be like, oh yeah, we're going to give you X amount of money. But if there's nothing to hold them accountable and this kid transfers, that's kind of the sketchy part. So I think as it can
Right.
continue to grow, it's only going to get better, right? The growth of NIL to make sure these kids get paid is great. There's think about all the athletes in the past who you've heard stories of when they went to school and how to get their next meal and all this stuff, and it's only going to continue to grow. These athletes are only going to continue to really push the limits of, hey, here's how great, you know, the value I can provide to not only these small mom and pop businesses on CONXTS, but these enterprise companies. If you're the top dogs. So I think NIL really, I think the sky's the limit for it. I think, the more kids and companies that are involved, the competition is greater. And it's just going to keep pushing, At the end of the day, these athletes have so much value and, not only are they all these followers, but it's pretty goddamn cool to be an athlete, right? So if I'm an athlete and I
Yeah,
come out to your
absolutely.
store, you know, how many little kids or just people are going to want to go see him and meet him? So, getting
Right.
paid for it, I think is great. And really, getting these kids to, make some money off their, name, image, and likeness for less of a term to say, I guess.
It's incredible. No, you're spot on, man. And it's really just an awesome time to just be in the industry of sports, be within NIL, being an athlete, in itself. Just right now, there's just endless opportunity. There's so much out there and creativity that athletes can. And you see the creator economy and what people are doing. They're creating their own services and products. They're becoming really just an athlete entrepreneur overall. And it's just really incredible and inspiring, right, for the athletes that are younger than them and look up to them. What would you say, Cam, is kind of just the future of CONXTS? If you could maybe give a snippet of where you're taking this platform in the next maybe 5, 10 years from now.
Yeah. Look, I would love for CONXTS to be the, premier one-stop shop for all NIL deals, marketplaces. I really love being in our side of, hey, we take care of small businesses and the small brands who are trying to grow. And we take care of the kids who, aren't the 1%, the kids who are trying to get their first deal or they're getting deals and, you know, maybe they're not getting as many as they want because, you know, they're playing, track and field versus football or something. So we want to be that, company, that, platform that helps these kids push to the limits of, you know, maybe they're not Bryce Young, but hey, they've got more deals than Bryce Young because they're active, they're entrepreneurial spirit, they're motivated to get stuff done. Maybe they've got a great YouTube channel that, companies just didn't know about. And because CONXTS has a
Right.
way of, showing each kid's social media, and I'm a company, I can click on it and I can see, oh, look, Tim has 50K followers on Instagram and 25,000 subscribers on YouTube. I didn't even know about that. I didn't see him on one of these larger platforms. Let's match with him right here because it's easy. It's just a connection. I can message him. I don't have to wait for a week for an email. It's when you have a university email, we all know like my
Right.
university email probably has 99,000 emails unread. So it's just
True.
easy, right? So we want to be
Yeah.
that easy platform that like, when you're kind of just sitting around sometimes, just log on to Instagram and kind of scroll. We want to be that for these athletes and these companies. Hey, let me just check CONXTS real quick. I just got a new like on my company. Let's check out who this is, and really become more in a daily use. Just continue to grow.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and I think that's just incredible, mission and what you guys have set out to already build and continue to build. It's really just incredible with that momentum to really be able to help all student athletes, help all businesses, small businesses, large, really provide that one-stop shop, like you were saying, that is going to provide that just equal factor that's connecting everybody together. What would you give, kind of wrapping up here, Cam? I do this for every one of our episodes. Just three pieces of advice, for the next generation, even entrepreneurs like yourself. What would you give? What advice would you give to really help them out?
Yeah. The first thing I would say is just go for it, right? Just go for it. The hardest part is taking that first step. It's taking that jump. It's really scary. But once you do it, you're motivated, you push through. There's no better feeling. Being able to do something on your own is great. Another thing I would say is just, leverage your connections to people. Always, network. And when you meet people, introduce yourself, form some sort of relationship because you never know, like down the line, how that might help you, right? Any
Right.
relationship can go a far way. Uh, and the last thing I'll say is enjoy it. You know what I mean? Just enjoy it. There's tough days, there's tough days definitely, but there's great days, and those great days outweigh the tough days every time.
I love it, man. And just to recap what you said number one, just to go for it, take that leap of faith. I think every entrepreneur can kind of stand behind that of just, there's always going to be failures, there's going to be successes, but when you actually take that leap of faith and start that first step towards that process you're building, it really is, exhilarating and rewarding. And then you said number two, leverage your connections, always be networking. I think that's so huge, especially because we're living in such a digitalized era where everyone can just be networking online, offline. There's just so many ways to really connect with people all over the world. And then you said number three, enjoy the process. It's all about the journey, like you said, right? Everybody gets so caught up in wanting that immediate gratification, but really, when you can enjoy the ups and downs of it, and like you said, the ups will always outweigh the downs. In any journey you're on, it's really that process that really is meaningful. So Cam McClure here, founder and CEO of CONXTS. Thank you so much for being on our show, The Next Generation of Superstars. Make sure, if you haven't already, follow CONXTS all over social media. Download the app, sign up. It's very, like he said, simple and easy to use. And we're very excited to see more success from the platform.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Grant. This was fun.